But listen, with or without me, it's not gonna make a huge impact, is it? I can help him the best I can, but sparring can only do so much. He's his own man, you know what I mean? So, but yeah, I'm a privilege that he's asked me to come out and help him again. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I've missed him, man. I ain't seen him for a little while, so it'll be good to spend some time with him.
Tai Mitchell has just shared a game-changing update on Tyson Fury's training camp ahead of the Usyk rematch, following a surprise call from Fury himself. On the other hand, Nick Campbell believes Tyson Fury's performance in the first fight with Usyk wasn't his best, and that Fury still has another gear to shift into for the rematch. Campbell feels Fury has more adaptability in his game, with the ability to adjust his tactics throughout the fight. In contrast, he thinks Usyk's approach is less flexible, and he'll likely try to replicate his previous success. Given these factors, Campbell is leaning toward Fury, believing that if Fury stays focused and avoids being distracted by Usyk's taunting or mind games, he has the tools to win.
He said that what we've seen of Usyk on the night was his best performance. I don't think we've seen Tyson's best performance on the night. And I think that he's still got maybe another gear to go up, and he's got a bit more, like I touched on earlier, he's got a bit more adaptability and things that he can change going into this fight. I don't think Usyk can change much. He just needs to try and do what he done again. And I think for those reasons, I'm going to lean towards Tyson. I think if he can stay a bit more focused throughout the 12 rounds, which you go, what do you mean stay focused? He's a world champion, he's already, I get that, but I think if he can stay focused on the task at hand, not get too distracted, not get too buy into the taunting and trying to wind Usyk up, because you can't wind that guy up, you've just got to beat him well. I think he can get the job done.
While acknowledging Usyk's world-class ability, Campbell emphasized that Fury's size and versatility could be the deciding factors. He believes Fury can adjust his game plan more effectively than Usyk, and that this adaptability, combined with his natural advantages, will give him the edge in the rematch. Despite Usyk's skills, Campbell sees Fury as the bigger and more dynamic fighter, which he thinks will ultimately lead to his victory.
It's a big ask, because Usyk is a world-class fighter, but Tyson's the bigger man. I think he's got more things that he can change in his game plan and implement, and I just think that that's going to be the telling factor.
Liam Perro is confident Usyk will win the rematch, calling him a hell of a fighter and ranking him among the top pound for pound. However, he acknowledged the fight's outcome depends on Tyson Fury's performance, as he can never be counted out. Perro is excited for the bout, but expects Usyk to emerge victorious again.
I honestly think Usyk's going to do it again. You know, he's a hell of a fighter. Got to be right up there in the pound for pound listings, but depends what Fury shows up. Can never count him out, so I'm excited. I'll be tuning in, and yeah, I think Usyk will get their hand raised again.
However, Tai Mitchell recently revealed that he'll be joining Tyson Fury's camp next week for sparring ahead of the rematch with Usyk. While Mitchell is eager to help Fury prepare, he clarified that he won't be able to stay for long due to his own training commitments. Despite this, he emphasized that Fury can still perform at a high level without him, though he'll do his best to offer valuable support.
Next week, I'm flying out to Malta next week, get some sparring in, and then yeah, I'm coming back. I need to carry on with my own camp and get back in, carry on with my camp, so I can't be with him for too long, unfortunately. But listen, with or without me, it's not gonna make a huge impact, is it? I can help him the best I can, but sparring can only do so much. He's his own man, you know what I mean? So, but yeah, I'm a privilege that he's asked me to come out and help him again. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I've missed him, and I ain't seen him for a little while, so it'll be good to spend some time with him.
Mitchell also discussed his candid relationship with Fury, explaining that he's always been honest with him, even when delivering tough feedback. He believes this direct approach has helped build a strong bond of trust and respect between them. Mitchell's willingness to speak his mind and provide unfiltered opinions is something Fury values, especially given the pressures of preparing for a big fight like this one.
So I'll always give him honest feedback. I always tell him things he doesn't want to hear as well. And I think that's probably why he's got a lot of love and respect for me, because I think people can be a bit scared, and I'll just tell him point blank, oh, don't say this, you shouldn't have done that, I don't agree with this. I might not be right, it's just my opinion, but I'll give him my honest opinion, I won't bullshit him. And if I think he's talking bollocks, I say, you're talking bollocks. So I think I value his opinion, I think he values mine, and we're good friends, you know what I mean? So hopefully, listen, Usyk's a phenomenal fighter.
Moreover, Mitchell also praised Usyk as a phenomenal fighter with an incredible legacy, acknowledging his achievements in the amateurs, cruiserweight, and heavyweight divisions, which cement his place as one of the greatest ever, regardless of the outcome against Tyson Fury. While Mitchell believes Tyson Fury may never return to his peak form due to the toll his battles with Deontay Wilder took, he still thinks the remaining version of Fury is more than capable of beating Usyk if Fury is at his best. Mitchell remains confident, but the fight will ultimately come down to which version of Fury shows up.
He's done unspeakable things, you know what I mean, in the sport. He's got to go down as one of the greatest ever, regardless of even if Tyson beats him. You've got to put him in there as one of the greatest ever for what he's done in the amateurs, what he's done in the cruiserweights, and what he's done in the heavyweights. But I think Tyson on form. I don't think we'll ever see the best Tyson Fury again, because I think him and Wilder took too much out of each other. However, I still think what's left of Tyson is still enough to beat Usyk if Tyson's on form.
Spencer Fearon reflected on the toll the first fight took on both Tyson Fury and Alexander Usyk, acknowledging the respect both fighters earned after 12 hard-fought rounds. He raised the question of how each fighter would recover for the rematch, explaining that the fighter who takes the most punishment in a tough fight typically struggles to bounce back, while the victor gains a psychological edge. Fearon also drew a parallel to the rivalry between Evander Holyfield and Riddick Bowe, noting that Holyfield adapted and outboxed Bowe in their rematch, suggesting that Fury might need a similar strategy to turn the tables on Usyk.
12 really hard rounds, and they were hard rounds. 12 hard rounds with each other. There has to be that camaraderie of respect. There's got to be, you know? And we shall see what either man has left, because that was a hard fight. Yeah. Right? It was a hard fight. But the thing about when you see hard fights, usually, right? The guy that comes out second best in a hard fight usually can't muster anything else, right? And then psychologically, the guy that survived the hard fight but came out victorious. But if we flip the page back to when Evander Holyfield fought Riddick Bowe in the first fight, it was a hard fight and Riddick Bowe got the win, and it was a very hard fight, right? But then in the rematch, through adaptation of style and changing of style, that's when Evander Holyfield then got linked with Emmanuel Stewart. He changed his whole game plan and he beat Riddick Bowe on points. And famously, you had the fan man that came into the ring that stopped the fighting as well. But regardless of that, if Tyson Fury can change his style a little bit, right? And then there's a possibility of Tyson Fury coming out victorious relatively easy.
Ben Shalom expressed hope for Tyson Fury's chances in the rematch, but saw Alexander Usyk as the favorite. He praised Usyk's consistency and calm under pressure, highlighting his ability to adapt. While Shalom acknowledged Fury's potential for improvement, he believed Usyk could raise his performance even more. He also praised Saudi Arabia for facilitating the long-awaited rematch, emphasizing its importance for the heavyweight division.
I always backed Tyson for the first one. I always liked Tyson to win this as the break. I can never see a way past Alexander Usyk. I mean, he's proven it time and time again, and I actually don't think that was the best Alexander Usyk that we see, and I think he's going to be better this time. I do think Tyson's going to be better, but I think you have to go with Alexander, given the history, as much as I hope Tyson can win, but a great fight. And again, Riyadh Caesar delivering what we could have only dreamed of. I remember that fight took so long to make without their involvement. It was 12 months of back and forth, and we thought it was on and we thought it was off. And I think sometimes we forget how far the sport has come. The fact that can be turned around that quickly is incredible. And as you said, the heavyweight division keeps moving. It's one that we've got an eye on, and fingers crossed, everything starts to open up after that fight on December the 21st.
Dave Coldwell pointed out that there isn't much pre-fight talk this time around, as Fury has remained quiet while Usyk has let his actions speak for him, such as raising money for Ukrainian soldiers. Coldwell explained that since Fury lost the first fight, he couldn't trash talk this time, and it's now all about business. He believes Fury understands the task at hand and will prepare to the best of his ability for the rematch.
Apart from the track that Tyson Fury walked out to, and apart from the outfit that Usyk walked into, there wasn't a lot to say, was there? There's never going to be a lot. If Tyson's in that mood where he doesn't want to speak much, then he don't give you much. And Usyk's Usyk, he basically spoke without speaking in his outfit, and the briefcase, and getting Tyson to sign that photo so he could raise some money for the Ukrainian soldiers and things like that. He was never going to get a lot, it's just not. I think Tyson knows this time whereas he was calling him names before the last one. Can't really do that this time because he got beat. You know, it'd look pretty silly if he'd be calling him all names under the sun after having got beat. So I think it's just business now, and he knows he's got a job to do, and he's going to prepare to the best that he can to get the job done, really.
Paul Smith speculated that Tyson Fury might retire after his next fight, especially if a potential match with Anthony Joshua fails to excite the public. He acknowledged that Usyk is favored to win, but noted that Fury could still pull off an unexpected victory.
I think it could be his last fight, regardless of what he does. If he wins, he could retire in the ring and be done, because I think the AJ fight's gone. I don't think anyone will want to see that now, with all due respect to both of them, in my opinion, but I think it's Usyk's fight to lose. I think Usyk's proven he's number one in the division now, with a lot, especially that given how well Dubois done. So it's Usyk's to lose, but it's not by all means a foregone conclusion. You know, I think Usyk is the favourite. I think Usyk would possibly do it, but wouldn't be surprised if Fury did it.
Tony Bellew predicted that Tyson Fury could suffer an even more decisive defeat in the rematch, citing Usyk's ability to fight effectively on the back foot, a style that troubles Fury. Bellew explained that while Fury applied pressure in their first encounter, Usyk's true strength lies in his defensive skills and counterattacks. To defeat Usyk, Bellew stated, Fury must outmaneuver him with counters, feints, and superior boxing technique, something Fury has yet to demonstrate.
But if I'm being totally honest, do I think he'll win? No. I think he'll lose again. And this time, I think he'll lose really, really clearly, because Usyk this time will go on the back foot. And that is the worst nightmare for for Tyson Fury, because that's one that he can't control. You've got to understand, Cougs, he pressed the whole fight. He walked the 6'9", 20-stone man down. He walked him down and bullied him. Imagine what he does when he fights to his attributes and fights to his best, because his best is fighting on the back foot. Anyone who studies and knows Usyk the way I know him, and I studied him, is you'll know that you've got to bring him to you, and that's the way to beat him. But you've got to counter him and feint, and you've got to be able to sharp shoot with him, you've got to be able to box with him, you've got to be able to offset him, but you've got to be able to continuously do all these things round after round. I couldn't, because guess what? I got tired. That was 6 rounds, 7 rounds of doing it.
Adam Smith highlighted the unpredictability of heavyweight boxing, suggesting the rematch could feature knockdowns or even a stoppage. While many may favor Usyk based on the first fight, Smith emphasized Fury's strengths, particularly his exceptional footwork. He questioned whether Fury could return to his best form and capitalize on his physical advantages.
Could Fury get a knockdown this time? Could Fury get a stoppage? Could Usyk even get a stoppage? Or, as most people think, will it go the distance? And which way will the judges feel? I think it's close. It's a close one to call. I think probably the majority will go with Usyk just because he won the first fight. But Fury has got so many advantages too. I think one thing that could come into play is Fury's legs. What is still left there with Tyson Fury? Is he as good as he once was? Can he be as good again?
Sam Jones expressed his strong support for Tyson Fury, saying he has a lot of respect and admiration for him. He shared that while Fury might enter the fight as the underdog this time, he fully believes in Fury's ability to win. Jones was confident, saying he was 100% sure that Fury could get the victory, and emphasized how much he would love to see him succeed and get the job done.
The first one with Tyson Fury, I want him to. I hope he does. I've got so much time for Tyson. I'd love him to win. I think he starts this time as the underdog, but do I think Tyson Fury can win? 100% I do. I really do believe that, and as I say, I really would love him to get the job done. And
Pat Brown respected both fighters, praising Usyk's technical skills and describing Fury as a larger, stronger version of a similar style. Brown acknowledged that while Fury performed well in the first fight, he could have done better. He believes if Fury is at his best in the rematch, the fight will be exciting, with Fury having a solid chance to win.
And in terms of Fury and Usyk, I've always been a fan of both fighters massively. Obviously Usyk's an unbelievable technician, and so is Fury, just a bigger version. I do think going into this second one, like Fury did amazing the first one, but I felt like Tyson definitely could have done better, and that's not me writing Usyk off whatsoever. I respect him massively, but in terms of Fury, I think if he brings his A game, he's in for a treat definitely for that night.
Richard Torres found the rematch intriguing, noting Usyk's clear victory in the first fight, but praising Fury's resilience. Torres believes Usyk has a clearer path to improve, while Fury must refine his footwork and tactics. While he slightly favored Usyk, Torres acknowledged that Fury's adaptability and strength could give him the edge in the rematch.
Usyk definitely won that first fight, but it was still a close fight. You know, there was like Tyson was doing his thing. I'm excited for the rematch. I've been just a fan of Tyson from an early age, and I've try to mimic some of Usyk's style. So I have some skin in the game for both sides, but I'm just looking for a good fight. I think that Usyk kind of has a little bit more of a game plan now that he could double up on, and I think that Fury needs to kind of switch up what he needs to do. He needs to get on his feet more. He needs to box. He needs to kind of show a little different facets that he has shown before, but he needs to bring back. But I think it's easier for Usyk to double down than it is for Tyson to change. So I'm leaning a little more towards Usyk, but Tyson Fury, you know, he's a heavyweight. He's a puncher. He has a punch. He has a punch, and he can do what he needs to do.
Johnny Nelson shared his thoughts on the rematch, warning that if Tyson Fury doesn't alter his approach, the outcome could be the same as their first fight. Nelson explained that Usyk now has a clear blueprint for beating Fury, as he knows he can hurt him and has the speed, sharpness, and boxing ability to succeed. Coming in around 15 stone, Usyk understands his advantages and knows what to expect from Fury.
Tyson Fury doesn't change anything like he keeps saying he's not, then the result will be exactly the same. If Tyson Fury... The problem is, Usyk now has a blueprint for beating Tyson Fury. But Usyk now knows, he doesn't think, now knows he can hurt Tyson Fury. Now knows he's a bit faster, a bit sharper, he can get away with certain things. He knows this. Usyk was coming in around the 15 stone bracket. And so he knows he has the speed, he has the power, and he has the boxing ability to beat him.
Nelson emphasized that for Fury to win, he must drastically change his tactics. While he believes Fury is the better overall fighter, Nelson thinks Usyk is the better boxer. The key for Fury will be to make things uncomfortable for Usyk, even getting a little dirty at times, and staying close to disrupt his rhythm. If Fury doesn't adapt, Nelson believes he will lose, regardless of his weight.
He knows what to expect. So the second time around, unless Tyson Fury changes drastically, and I still believe Tyson Fury has a beating of him, I think he chose the wrong tactics. I think what they probably worked on was the wrong thing. Tyson's a better fighter, Usyk's a better boxer. They can both fight and they can both box. One is better at the other one than the other. So how does it? It's about measuring it out. You know, Tyson's got to box him, be a little dirty, play close to the bone, make him feel uncomfortable, get him complaining. He's got to do that. He's got to change it up. If he does exactly the same thing he did in the first place, he loses. It doesn't matter what weight he comes in at.
Joe Rogan commented that Alexander Usyk presents a unique challenge for Tyson Fury, one that the Gypsy King has yet to fully overcome. While Fury is known for using his size and skill to dominate tough opponents, Rogan believes that Usyk's style remains a puzzle Fury has not yet solved.
Technique and huge. And if you watch the Usyk fight, he was touching Usyk up in the beginning of the fight.
Yeah.
I mean, that reach and that jab, the accuracy that he has, he was doing really well in that fight until he started to slow down a little bit. And Usyk wound up just catching him.
Mark Tibbs advised Tyson Fury to control the center of the ring, keep Usyk on the back foot, and focus on landing his straight right hand before following up with an uppercut. He noted that Fury had success in their first fight, but allowed Usyk to get back into it with a left cross. Tibbs emphasized the importance of winning the final round to secure a win or draw, stressing that staying aggressive and sticking to the game plan would be crucial to victory in the rematch.
Well, Fury's got to get Usyk... Really, he's got to hold the centre with him and get him on his back foot as much as he can, and he's got to get the straight right hand off before the right uppercut. In my opinion, straight one beats the uppercuts, and he's got to front hand him and back him up, lift him up, bomb. He was doing really well, Tyson, and let him back in, and Usyk got his left cross off, being a southpaw. He got it off, and I was like, oh. No, it could go downhill, and it did a little bit for Fury. He needed to win that last round, like big, to get a draw or the win.
Sean Porter expressed confidence in Tyson Fury's ability to win, highlighting Fury's size, reach, and skill as key advantages. Porter predicted that the rematch would follow a similar pattern to the early rounds of the first fight, with Fury dominating through focus, toughness, and a strategy aimed at neutralizing Usyk's strengths.
He got caught with that punch in that moment in that round, and I think he's just going to fix that. The quietness that we're seeing, if anything, I feel is just his focus on making sure that he capitalizes on the rematch. So I actually do expect him to win this rematch. I think he's bigger than Usyk, and that size advantage that he has, he, unlike most fighters, knows how to use that size, that reach, that speed. I think the whole fight will play out the way that the first half played itself out. I think the whole fight's going to go that way. A very focused and determined Fury is a quiet, and relentless fury.
Vidal Riley backed Tyson Fury, citing his strong track record in rematches. He emphasized that Fury's history shows his ability to adapt and succeed in second bouts.
Fury, man. Fury. Like, I'm going with Fury. He knows how to win rematches. The track record speaks for itself. I'm going with Fury.
Terence Crawford offered his thoughts on the fight, praising both fighters and calling it an exciting matchup. Crawford wished both fighters the best, also congratulating the future undisputed heavyweight champion, no matter who it turns out to be.
My prediction for the Usyk and Tyson Fury fight, both of them win. I like both of them. It's gonna be a great fight. May the best man win. And to the new undisputed heavyweight champion of the world, congratulations.
Ricky Hatton emphasized that Fury needs to use his height, reach, and weight more effectively in the rematch, as he didn't fully capitalize on these advantages in the first fight. Hatton recommended that Fury should be stronger, land powerful punches, and show his physical dominance. He also stressed the need for a clear and focused voice in Fury's corner to guide him effectively throughout the fight.
I think impose his height, impose his reach, impose his weight difference. I mean, all the advantages he has, he didn't use last time. When he allowed, the smaller man, and it's a good little man, isn't he? He's a good small man. But I think he allowed the smaller man to bully him around the ring. I'd be a bit inclined to hold my feet, hit him hard, use the weight advantage, use the reach advantage, use the height advantage that I don't think he used last time, and just have one voice in the corner.
Tyson's trainer, Sugar Hill, called the first fight thrilling, with both fighters showing aggressive moments. Though he acknowledged the disappointment of losing, he emphasized the importance of learning from it to get better. Looking forward to the rematch, he said that life lessons can help people grow and perform better.
And that's what made that first fight just such a great fight, for boxing, period. Whether Tyson won or lost, on my side, I'm with Tyson, so obviously I'm not so happy about the loss because it was a loss, but the thing to do is just to learn from that and to get better.
What's the difference heading into a rematch, Sugar? What's the difference going into a rematch?
You learn lessons in life and you can make yourself better from that.
Jay Opataya expressed excitement for the upcoming rematch between Tyson Fury and Oleksandr Usyk, noting that both fighters are now well acquainted with each other's styles, which makes the fight even more intriguing. He believes Fury possesses the necessary tools to defeat Usyk, but emphasized that the key to victory will lie in how effectively Fury can apply those tools on the night of the fight.
Yeah, that's a good fight. I'm excited for this second fight. I feel like they both sort of know each other now, and I feel like Fury, he's got the tools to beat, Usyk, but he just needs to apply them.
Spencer Oliver expressed confidence that Tyson Fury can bounce back in the rematch, praising his intelligence and boxing ability. Oliver suggested that Fury may have underestimated Usyk's talent and power in their first encounter, which caused Fury to take time to adapt. Despite this, Oliver believes Fury has the necessary tools to win in the second fight.
In your opinion, can he turn the tide?
Yeah, of course he can. He's got the ability, he's got the attributes to be able to do that. He's got the boxing IQ. I think that he maybe underestimated Oleksandr Usyk and his strength, actually. And not just his boxing ability, but Usyk took the fight straight to him, and I think that took Fury by surprise. It took him 4 or 5 rounds to get into the fight, and that probably cost him the fight. He's got the ability to be able to do it.
Russ Amber dismissed the pre-fight hype surrounding the rematch, stating that what truly matters is the outcome in the ring. Reflecting on the first fight, Amber pointed out that all the talking and promotional antics are irrelevant once the winner is determined. He downplayed the importance of weigh-ins and stare-downs, emphasizing that his focus is on ensuring his fighter is mentally and physically prepared to execute their game plan over the full 12 rounds.
Yeah, listen, it's all talk, it's all hype. As we saw in the first fight, when all the talking was done, at the end of the day, you had a winner and a loser, and that's what matters to me. I don't care. You can talk. It's all for show. This is all to sell tickets and to get people to say, "Oh, did you see what he said?" And "Oh, did you see what he said?" I don't care. I don't care. Me, I care what the mental state of my fighter is when we're in camp and when we go into the ring. I don't care what was said before. I don't care what you do at the weigh-in. I don't care about the stare down. I don't care about none of that stuff. I care that my guy's ready, that he's in shape, he's mentally prepared to do the 12 rounds the way we want him to do them, just like he did it the first time. And that's what I'm going to be counting on again for the rematch.
Matt Macklin called the upcoming fight exciting, emphasizing that strategy will play a crucial role. Both fighters are smart and will likely analyze their previous performances to see who can improve more. This will make the rematch fascinating to watch.
As much as it'll be fascinating, really, to see how that fight is won and lost. I think tactics will be so. I mean, the key in any fight, but I think in this one really will be, particularly because they're both so clever, and they'll both be analysing their performances, what they did well, what they didn't do well, what the opponent did well, and everything. And then it'll be fascinating to see who can outdo the other.
Barry McGuigan believes that Tyson Fury will keep his current team due to their long-standing success, but he feels Usyk has figured out Fury's style. McGuigan suggested that Fury was fortunate to survive their previous encounter and is skeptical about whether Fury will improve enough to win the rematch.
No, I would expect him to show loyalty to the corner. He's had that corner for quite a while, and he's been successful. Why would he change it? He's done very well as a heavyweight champion. He's been around a long time. He served the sport well. He's earned a lot of money. Will he beat Usyk? Never, as far as I'm concerned. And I don't mean that in a nasty way. I'm just simply saying Usyk has his number. He was lucky to get through the fight. He, could have been stopped. And I don't think he's going to do any better.
So what are your thoughts on this? Who do you think will get his hands raised? Share your thoughts in the comments section and make sure to subscribe and like if you enjoyed the video.